Hi guys, welcome back to the Lidl build. Confession to make, forgot to record the first part of this video. I'm looking at now doing the wing mods, making the pitcherons. Now what I've done, which I didn't video, was I've routed a channel into the wing before I've even cut the wing. To make the pitcherons you need the spar and the rotating parts that will be glued into the wing. I thought I had some 5mm carbon rod, so I ordered some 5mm ID brass tube. They don't fit. It seems like the 5mm carbon rod is actually near a 5.3. So the only stuff I've got to hand just now, and it's probably a bit over the top, is what is probably near a 7 or 8mm carbon tube, and whatever the next size down is that fits very snugly inside it and still rotates around each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that to size lengthwise, and then work out where the sections have to be. So I get 3 pieces. I get the centre section and then the 2 wing sections. I can then cut the wing and then glue in the various sections of this tube, and hopefully it'll all line up nicely. What I will do is I'll actually glue them together as one piece. So I'll have the one wing panel, centre section, other wing panel, all laid in, all weighted down with a slight space in between, so they're all lined up, so I'm then just push them back together. What I've done here is I've used the Dremel with the router bit on it. I've got a piece of wood that's pinned at the set distance away. It's all done lots of measuring. I have made a little bit of a mistake here. It kind of drifted away from the guide, which I didn't realise, but I can run some glue into that and it'll be fine. So yeah, this outer tube fits in here nicely, albeit it's a bit long just now. What I can do now is see about taking all of this lot apart. I can actually show you what I've done. I might see if I can figure out a better way for doing it next time. So we've got a wing with a channel in it. Again, I don't know how well you'll see that. I'm going to tape off. Just need to take the last bits of tape off. That would be quite a nice spar once that's in. I might have to scrape out the bottom of it, just because where I've been routing it's more or less melted it as opposed to cut it. And get all these remnants of tape off, or at least try to. So yeah, that's actually worked quite well. Hopefully next time I'll better do it with a smaller cutting width. I'm going to see if I can't source smaller diameter rod and actual metric stuff. What I think it is, the rod I've got isn't metric, it's imperial, so it doesn't fit easily the metric stuff. Obviously the next size up is too much of a rattle fit, give too much flex. So yeah, something else I've got to look into for the next one, but for now this is what I've got, this is what I'm going to use. So I'll crack on and see if I can't work out where to now make the cuts in the wing, take some measurements and turn it from one piece into 3. So I'll come back to you in a little bit. Okay, so what I've done is I've slid the wing back into the fuselage. You can see the channel a bit better now, and you can also see the mistake I've just made, but I can glue that all back in nicely. Now the servos are going to have push rods coming out that way to be in like the root of the moving panel. Obviously the panel's got to clear the servo there, so that mark is the furthest I can cut that way, and the same on this side, because the servos are sat exaggerated like that and like that. So what I'm going to do is take the wing out now I've got the marks, take a square off the trailing edge forwards to that mark and draw a line down both sides, and that'll be my cut marks. Hopefully it works. Right, so we've now got the spar assembly, if you want to call it, sorted out. Central piece that's going to be glued in here, outer tube that's going to be glued in here, outer tube that's going to be glued here, and you can just see there's a spar in the middle that's all going to rotate around. The plan then is, in these overhangs at the ends here, I'm going to drill through, there's a hole in the spar itself, and then go all the way through into the other side of the wing and just put a little piece of wire or an R-clip or something just to stop the wing panels coming off, but so they don't bind up. It also means then the wings can be removable, should I want them to be. So I'm going to do a trial fit into the fuselage of this, and then I'm going to glue it up overnight, because there's also other want to do on this bench just now, but I'm going to block it all up so it's all straight and level, and then use some really slow setting epoxy so it all gets in nicely into all these joints, and go from there. I'm also going to put some Vaseline on the inner spar just so that the epoxy doesn't stick to that. It means I'll be able to take it all apart again afterwards. So yeah, that's where we are just now. Right then, the wing mechanisms are all made up, and we've got the two wing panels movable on the central spar, all independently. I just need to figure out a way of retaining the wing, probably put a little hole through here and some sort of wire or something through it. And then I need to make up the push rods, which are going to go from the servo head into here somehow. Not quite sure how yet, but yeah, it's getting there. So you can see that's all fully pivotable, should we say, if that's the right word. So we're getting close, and something else I've started, little flying wing version. Haven't really filmed that one because that's a bit of a unknown quantity just now. So this is the one I'm concentrating on. So yeah, soon it should be done. Should be able to do some test gliding. Come back to you when I've done a bit more. Well then guys, she's done. She's ready to go. One little glider converted to pitcheron. I don't know how well you'll see. There's quite a neat joint in here. It's balancing just in front of the spar, which is about 50mm back, without any additional weight. I have got an 800 2S LiPo in the front for the battery, so I could reduce that down to if it is a bit nose heavy. But yeah, it's all operating nicely. And so you can see that we've got aileron control, elevator control. Again, I don't know how well you're going to see this. Aileron and elevator control. There's plenty of movement there, I would have thought. So all that's left to do now is go and give it a test fly. It's a bit windy out just now, looking out the window, but it might be alright just to go and give it a little chuck just to see what it's like. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. I haven't actually weighed it yet. I can do that actually now just while we're talking about it. Scales here. So the scales are hopefully reading zero, and just put onto the scales there, nothing touching it, just holding it upright. We are 260 grams, which I think is very good actually. Quite impressed with that. So yeah, I should get plenty of duration with that battery as well. So I can reduce the size of the battery if it's a bit nose heavy. So yeah, if this is the sort of thing you like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. There's some other things going on you might have seen in the previous bit of video. You can see just over there, there's another glider being modified. If you want, I can film that, just let me know. That's going to be a tailless glider. Same sort of idea, but not pitcheron. That's going to have elevons on the back of the trailing edge. So I might have these both ready for going on holiday, I might not. If I do, great. I'm hoping to get some video of them flying on holiday. But for now, I'll say goodbye and hopefully see you in the next video. So until then, catch you later.